It's David, and I think we are live with our, hold on just a second, sorry. I just want to do this before I lose it. I think we're live with our Insiders Club Hangout. So we have lots of folks coming in, and I just want to today, this is kind of we do this every Thursday, by the way, so you should be used to this by now. Hangout Live will always get you here. NAMS.ws/Hangout Live will always get you here. And we are going to today talk about the NAMS workshop, the 13. So I really would love to hear your experience. We have lots of buzz in the Facebook groups about the NAMS 13 workshop and how successful it was and how exciting it was and how much great family activity it was. So if you want to drop it into the chat box, that's fine. I'd love to get you in the Hangout itself if you'd like to come over and talk about that. I've posted the link for the Hangout itself in the chat box. You'll have to drop out of the webinar jam and into that link to get in here. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. One of the things I might do is just talk about it myself, a little bit about what our experience was and how much fun we had and what we were doing. And I'll start, okay? So in many ways, I felt like that this was the best workshop we've ever done. One second, I'm going to shut the door. In fact, in all ways, I felt like this was the best workshop we've ever done. It wasn't the most profitable workshop we've ever done, but it was the most effective, I think, in from a teaching perspective, as well as a community engagement perspective. I've never been to a NAMS workshop before, or any workshop before, that is more engaged than our group. And with that, I'm really excited that we do that we get the engagement thing going, that we get the family kind of moving. And to me, that's one of the best parts about the workshop. I love the workshop. So Tim says he can't see or hear anything. Is everybody able to see and hear? So just type in there and say you can see and hear if that's the case. You shouldn't have any issues with this, but let me just make sure that I'm set properly with the microphone. Seems to be working. Yeah. Webcam. So are we good? Well, you know what? I think you might be on. I think we might be on the other microphone, not this one. So that's interesting. So we're using the webcam microphone, but you still should be working. You should be hearing us correctly, right? It looks and sounds good for me. Try refreshing. Tim, okay, good. Good. Okay, so I'm just going to continue on. Okay, so what was I saying? That it was, I think, by far the best workshop that I've been to from an engagement perspective. Now, I also think that by far it was the best workshop from a system perspective. You guys don't see what happens behind the scenes. Some of you are aides and you do see it, but I want to tell you the systems we have in place now are pretty awesome. We've been working on these for a long time, over the last 3 or 4 workshops. And think about it. We got 5 rooms going, 5 projectors going, 5 sets of recordings going at all times, managing 5 instructors at all times, managing 5 offers at all times, 5 feedback links at all times, and making sure that we have all the aids in all the rooms. So, just the moving parts is pretty amazing. So when people don't report any issues from the education perspective, that's a major accomplishment. Because when there are no problems that are stopping the educational process, then that means everything that we're doing in the background is working. As soon as something doesn't work, the whole thing falls apart, right? And that can be anything from somebody not showing up at their right assignment in one of the rooms to a projector doesn't work, or we had one computer that did cut out occasionally, and that was an issue. So it was a really good system. It was a really good logistics, and all of that was to support the engagement of the community. So, you know, our motto is team training and tools for a reason. We have a great team in place. We use that to help you build a great team, and we use the training to support all the training that we do, which is really important. And the team includes the instructors, the attendees, and the people behind the scenes, the aides and the support staff. So all of that was working really well. Let's see, the other part that I wanted to talk about was, I think what I wanted to talk about was how much more fun was built around this workshop than anything we'd ever done before. Kathy Hankinson got sick, so we weren't able to do game night. But I'm telling you that if we'd tacked that on Thursday night, that would have been a really, really full Thursday. And that would have been a lot of fun as well. And so we're looking forward to doing that next time. But with Friday night karaoke, Saturday night NAMS jam band, and man, the band was awesome. It was an amazing group of people working together and playing together and rocking the house, and people were really enjoying it. So it was a lot of fun. And the Friday night karaoke, I heard lots of fun about that too. I was only in there very short time because frankly I was exhausted. I had to go to bed. Okay, so that was really my experience. I want you guys to start dropping in here what your experience is of the workshop, and you know, type in some of your takeaways that you had from the workshop. Type in some of your impressions, and let's get a view from you about what the workshop was like for you. Now, while you're doing that, I want to also point out how we had added things. None of this is by accident, by the way. If you notice changes, these changes were something that we were testing or that we had decided based on previous events that needed to be added to improve the experience. And we do that every time. If you've been more than 3 or 4 times, you'll see the continuity of the kind of testing and stuff that we've done. And a lot of it is in the back end that you don't see. But from the experience level, I think you see a lot of the testing that has gone on. For the attendees, one of those was first-timers. We wanted to make sure that the first-timers felt special. And so all the first-timers had a green ribbon for their first time. Let's see, I don't know if I have my badge here or not. I don't think I do. I think it's at home. But anyway, everybody had ribbons. Well, that's one of the things that was a fix-it for next time, and I'm coming up to that. Almost everybody had a ribbon, whether it was a sponsor, an insider, first-timer, elite, academy, instructor, or aide. Those were the 7 ribbons that we had. And next time, we will have not an 8th, but a batch of ribbons that will just be fun ribbons. And why will we be doing that for just fun ribbons? One of the reasons why we want to do just fun ribbons is because, believe it or not, we had 7 classifications of ribbons. There were people who didn't have any ribbons. They weren't a first-timer. They weren't an insider. They weren't an academy member. They weren't an affiliate or a elite member. So those memberships didn't apply to them. They weren't an instructor. They weren't an aide, and they weren't a sponsor. So if they didn't get into any of those 7 categories, they didn't have a ribbon. I kind of felt like those people were a little naked. They needed a ribbon, right? And so what we'll probably do for the next one is just have a grab bag for people who didn't qualify for any of our memberships or any of those other classifications, and they can grab a funny ribbon, something that says that they're like Brian Johnson said, he was a poodle wrangler. You know, we hope to have just some funny ribbons out there that they can grab. So they've got a ribbon. Everybody needs a ribbon, right? We want everybody to have a ribbon. We got lots of people into the Insiders Club because they saw other insiders. They saw the special things that was happening for the insiders via the reserve tables, the insiders picture that was taken, and the white ribbons that said insiders on them. So we did get lots of insiders for that. And one of the things that I wanted to make sure of was that we had more and more insiders, with that we want more and more insiders. So because we're building this entire program toward the insiders as our base in this program. Every prospect that comes in the system, we want them to end up in the insiders group for a couple of reasons. The first of all, obviously, is that's where the money is from the perspective of how we keep this thing going. The insiders group is the one that supports that. The second is this is the group that takes action and makes things happen and really gets things going. So using our challenges as well as all of the other tools and training that we provide the insiders. So there's lots of insider benefits there. We want people to experience that. And third is that we have made that a fixed term membership so that people can get in and see an end to their payment on the insiders group. Now, the insiders to me is a very, very special group. It's a very special group, and the people who are involved in the Facebook group should be what was I saying? Involved in the insiders group, those people really need to get special treatment and special behind-the-scenes access to stuff. So I'm going to look at some of the comments that we got here. Oh, and before we get going too far, one of the things I wanted to bring up is that we are going to do something really special for insiders from a regional meeting perspective. I'm just going to say that you can expect to start seeing some regional meetings forming over the next year for insiders only. And you'll have to pay to come to these, but they're going to be in specific locations like in the Northeast and in the West and in the Midwest, where we would go in for a couple of days. That would be just a specific track workshop for insiders only. Another benefit and another reason to get people into the insiders group. So that's what we're going to do. So, okay, let me see. What kind of comments are we getting here in the chat box? Let's see. Wendy says, it's absolutely mind-blowing, life-changing awesomeness. Jeffrey said, I was there in spirit watching NAMS 12 all the way through, looking forward to the NAMS 13 recordings so he can watch all those as well. Jeff says the travel expense is the barrier for him. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to talk about that a second because I realize people have constraints. Some people have family constraints and some people have budget constraints. We've done everything possible to make this as affordable for folks as possible. And the truth is we've done too much to make this affordable for folks. We're probably going to end up raising the price pretty quickly on the next workshop. And I expect to see that price continue to go up because the value is too great. We're giving it away, and I have a real problem with the respect for what we're doing by keeping the price too low. I just think that you can't find this anywhere else, and it's a lot more valuable than what we've priced it at. So I would expect to see the prices going up on this, not down. And the reason is that people who come to this are getting so much out of it. So the value is huge, whether it's an expensive travel for folks or not. Now, we try to give you enough time to budget for it, but that's just one of those things that you have to deal with. Tim says it was a great experience for my entire family, and that's really important to me. I want people to be able to bring their families to this. NAMS was their classroom for the weekend. The kids are looking forward to August, and they were a great help, by the way. I love to have the kids involved in the as aides as well. We're going to have the Klostermans back in August, I believe, as aides as well, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so Wendy says, I think the insiders should be allowed into the workshop group just to see what happens in there, even a week later. So Cindy, the workshop group, Wendy, the workshop group, what are you talking about the workshop group? Are you talking about the group message system, or the group Facebook that we have on the back end, or the group Skype? There's a lot of groups for the workshop. Different activities going on. We got a lot of people working right now. Okay, so let's see. Tim said, I had an awesome experience during Jeff's hot seat coaching during his workshop. It was very revealing. Let's see. Melanie says, I was unable to attend at the last minute. Hope it's okay that I'm here. Oh, absolutely, Melanie, you bet. You're an insider. This is an insider's hangout. All insiders are welcome here, so thanks. Yeah, I know, Jeff. I'm not saying that at all. I was not being critical of you either. All I'm saying is that, yeah, it's motivation. You should make it motivation for getting yourself prepared so that you can get to the workshop, because the workshop really is a life-changing thing for folks. Wendy actually wrote an ebook about NAMS 13. It's really, I love to see the motivation that happens with that kind of stuff. Yikes, I don't want people to spend their rent money to go to the workshop. No thanks. You do what you have to do, but I wouldn't suggest spending your rent money. Let's see. Okay, you're talking about the workshop attendees Facebook group. Yeah, the workshop attendees Facebook group is still public, still open. It might be open for a while. If you haven't gotten into the workshop attendees group, I will put that link here in the chat so that you can get into it, because it is still hopping. And that is here. We will probably create a NAMS 14 workshop groups too. NAMS 14 workshops group so that we will start bringing down the NAMS 13 maybe in 2 to 3 weeks. So that people who get into the attendees group will focus on the 14. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Yes, it is a giveaway. When Melanie, I missed that. What you were saying. Melanie, yes, it is a giveaway. I went to something thinking to be like NAMS, and that is where I was blown away by how much NAMS continually offers. So yeah, that's kind of my point is, there are a lot of events out there. I think that we do a really good job of offering continuing education to our insiders particularly, but to everybody who attends NAMS, we try to build that so that it is unlike anything else out there. Really, that's what it is. Unlike anything else out there. And Abby, we were glad you were there too. Abby was not supposed to be there. He actually quit his job to come. So he decided that it was important to come to NAMS, and the job wasn't so important. So he quit his job and he came to NAMS. We were delighted to see you there, Abby. Okay, so here's something I want to propose. I bet I had 6 people come up to me and say, I would love to start a meetup group in my area for the insiders. Not for the insiders, for the NAMS group. Somebody in West Coast of Florida, somebody in the West Coast of California, and people all over saying they would like to start a meetup group. I'm going to help people start up a meetup group, and I'm going to start running some email about this weekend. If you start a meetup group in your area for the Novice to Advanced Marketing System, we'll give you the promotional material to do that. And meetup groups are not virtual, they're local, and they are geographically local. So like within a 50-mile radius, you start up a meetup group, right? And a meetup group gets you a lot of people who come and want training. That's what we're thinking, that they would come and want training for a meetup group. And you would run the meetup group and let us provide you the training material, right? Here's the thing. If you start a meetup group, and we'll have a form up for you very soon to see if you would like to start a meetup group, we will protect a meetup group for you in that area that'll be sanctioned by us, certified by us, with the training that we provide for you to do with folks, and you use your affiliate link to get people into the meetup group. Make sense? Use your affiliate link to get people into the meetup group. That way you're funding your meetup group expenses, opportunity, all of that, so that you can get more and more people into the system, right? And we would provide you basically the dashboard so that you can get out there and take people through the training based on where they are. So we would provide all of the training for you, and you would provide the meetup group. If your meetup group grows, let's say you got 50 people in that meetup group, and you wanted me to come, I'd get on a plane and I would come. And we would talk about NAMS, we'd talk about the structure, we'd talk about the training, and we would convert 20, 30, 40, 50% of the people in your meetup group into the NAMS system live at that organization. So that's going to help you grow your revenue and your income. So we'll have, I think what we're going to do is roll this out to the insiders first, so that next week we'll have an opportunity for you to put this together, and we'll have some documentation, we'll have some forms for you to fill out, some locations to choose from, and see if you can't start a meetup group in your area. We'll give you, we'll basically give you a naming convention and all that kind of stuff. So don't get started yet, but hang on tight because it's coming. Now, if you're really active in that area, we will do a 1 to 2 day training in that area for insiders only. And your meetup group would then be encouraged to join the insiders group so that they can get into that 1 to 2 day training to do additional focused and hands-on kind of training. So does this sound like something you'd be really interested in jumping on? It's like your own little franchise, although I can't call it that. It's like your own little business that you would manage of the NAMS community with our support. So if that is something you'd be interested in doing, and it sounds interesting to you, just put your thinking cap on, and we'll have maybe a little focus group meeting about it or something, and figure out how to do this, make it work. Okay. And I'll get Cindy involved in helping us get this set up. So, all right. I can guarantee you, though, that next year, I'll say between now and next March, or now and, yeah, probably between now and next March, that you're looking at least 2 insiders groups, 2 day trainings. And it's going to cost money unless you're an elite member. Elite members will get into this. So an insiders group meeting will be specific. It'll be focused. It'll be insiders only, and it will be 50 to 75 people. We'll put a cap on it, and it will be a $297 price, and it will be fun and kind of like a big mastermind, but it'll have specific training as well. So there'll be themes attached to these, so that we'll have a content for one. We'll have social media for one. We'll have the kind of will meet along our challenge schedule as well. So we get people to go through these things and get some really good training on some areas that get you some traction in your business. So that's what we're thinking, and I hope that sounds appealing to you. So lots going on, and lots of activity. So one of the things that I'm trying to get squared away with Ken, you can use any of the Ken Rochon pictures as long as you leave the what's it called, watermark on those pictures. I know that for sure. But let me ask Ken about these, because I know some people want to use those pictures to promote stuff as well. Let me see if we can't work a deal with Ken so that if you like his page or something like that, you can use the pictures on your site to promote as well. I'm going to be using them a lot. I've already used them on the Facebook page that we have. I'm going to be adding them to the instructors group. I'm going to be doing a lot. Ken did a great job. Kurt Scholey always gives us a lot of good pictures to work with. We had better pictures this time than ever before from the workshop. I really enjoyed that and appreciated that. So I hope you guys have gone through the album that Ken posted. I think it's in the MyNAMS group. MyNAMS page. Let me make sure of this, where it is exactly. Yeah, if you leave them in your, if you leave the what do you call it, watermark on those pictures, I believe you can use those in your Kindle book too. I'd reach out to Ken to make sure, but that's my belief. Okay, so now there was another thing I wanted to show you. I'm gonna look at the MyNAMS page in Facebook. Give me just a second. See if I can get it up here. There it is. And the album is, when Ken shares the album, that is the thing. The umbrella. Is that the album? Yes. Okay. So when you go to the MyNAMS page, I'll show you. Here's the MyNAMS page, right? Here's what the pictures did for us last week. We got 42 page likes. We got 2,040 post reach. We got a lot more than that. I haven't even looked at the insights yet, but if you scroll down the page, you're going to see MyNAMS shared the Umbrella Syndicate's photo, and I think there's one here. Yeah, this one is the album. So MyNAMS shared the Umbrella Syndicate's album. So if we click on that, and you'll know it's this one because it has multiple images in it. You click on that, you'll see all of these pictures from the workshop. And there are some great ones here. There are some great ones here. And Anita, that was a beautiful picture of you, and that's a beautiful picture of Charleston there, and Charleston Joy, and a lot of people, a lot of good pictures from the instructors, Phaedra and Bob and Therese. There's Brian Johnson, always Brian Johnson, and Sam England and his wife Cynthia, Yvette, one of our great aides. Let's see, Paul Taubman. Oh gosh, I said that name. I shouldn't say that name. I'm never going to say that name again. I got to take that name out of my vocabulary. I've got a little PTSD from the Paul Taubman tackle. All right, and you know, just lots of nice pictures here. A lot of attendees. You could scroll through this album, you'll see yourself, and lots of people that you saw if you were there, and lots of people that you wish you would have seen if you were there. Okay, so this is, if you go to the MyNAMS page, click on the click on the album, and you'll see tons and tons and tons of pictures, and also these. So I'm just scrolling through these real quickly to see what we've got done. All right. Album's got 20 shares. That's really good. Get a lot of reach on it. Go ahead and share it to your own timeline. That would be great. So we would love for you to do that. Okay, so let's see, Kurt's photos. If I come back to the MyNAMS page, not the MyNAMS page, sorry, the next NAMS page. You'll see here we've added a navigation bar here that is for NAMS 13 photos from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday to NAMS Jam Band, and photos from Sunday. So these are all from Kurt and I think other people in the Flickr tab, in the Flickr post that we have over there. And you can click on any of these down here, move through the bottom, take a look at the pictures across the bottom, and see people that you want to take a look at. Any of these are Kurt's, and you can use these in any of your promotions or your profiles or your ebooks. So that's a really good opportunity for you as well. And Kurt is very generous with these. So now what I'm going to tell you is to make sure that you, when you use these pictures or any pictures, that you try to crop them so that you show a lot of people there. Don't want to show empty rooms. That's not what we want to promote. Looks like that's not coming up quickly. What is the problem here? Okay, so let's see. Wendy wants to know how to get the affiliate link. That's real simple. If you don't have your new affiliate link yet, you want to go to we just had a lag in the internet here. So see, this room shows kind of empty. I wouldn't use that picture. But from a different angle, things might not be bad. So you want to take a look at all of them and make sure that you get what you want from that. That one's not bad at all right there. Small room breakout, that's okay. Okay, that's Thursday. There weren't many people there on Thursday, so that's good. So Friday, let's take a look at the Friday one. Now, Abby, you asked where are the pictures? Here are, these are all the Kurt Scholey's pictures are here, as well as some other folks who drop into that Flickr feed. Boy, this is not coming up as fast as I want it to. This is from the band. Huh. Okay. Well, we've been having some issues with our internet here at the office, so maybe that is the issue with this. But anyway, those are all, that's where all the pictures are. You should be able to click on them and see them yourself. This is next NAMS. Just go over to the Photos tab there, and you get to select from any of those days for the photos, okay? The one that I was showing you from Ken Roshan is, if you go to the MyNAMS page, this is the MyNAMS page, and unfortunately, this is the URL for the MyNAMS page if you don't have it. And you come down to, just scroll down the page until you see album. It's a bunch of pictures in an album. And you just come down and you click on the album, okay? Tell you what, we'll make that easy. We'll pin it to the top. So it'll be at the top now on the MyNAMS page for a little while. And so you just come there and click on the album, and it'll take you all of those pictures right there. Make sure that you, and then while you're here, tag people if you see that they're not tagged, because when you tag them, it puts them on their Facebook feed. So that's good. Okay? All right, Wendy, now we're going to talk about getting your affiliate link. In the new system, you get your affiliate link at, and I'm putting that URL right here. Make sure that that's the URL. Okay. It is nams.ws/affiliates. Go to that link, takes you to the MyNAMS site. How to become an affiliate in the new MyNAMS Affiliate Center. It gives you a little video that walks you through it, how to get your links. And what you need to do is register first if you have not registered already. So if you already have a login in the system, you already have a registration link. So let me see if I can figure that part out. So give me just a second. Okay, I'm coming over to the registration system for, how's that work? You need to know what your login is for when you have registered. You should have gotten an email from Infusionsoft with your registration that gave you your MyNAMS affiliate program, if that's there. I'm looking on my affiliate, on my email to see if it shows up there. I know you get it here, but I don't know. I'm looking for the email itself to give you what the instructions, what the subject line is. Give me just a second. Okay, welcome to our referral program. Okay, and see if I can find mine so that I can get it in. Nope, that wasn't it. Sorry. Just give me 1 second. Well, I can't find my email, but I know it comes to you in your email. So that's where you're going to get your affiliate link already. So if you've already logged in there, and Wendy, what you need is your user ID. Your user ID is what you put into your link, and then you go to the tools page, which is here. It's in that video. Come down here and you put in your user ID. So this is mine. You do set ID. And you'll notice that this is the link for the NAMS 14 workshop. So there's that. If I click on the banners, images, those are images and that you can use with your link and post with. Email, if you open that email, you can see here's the link. Now I'm going to tell you that you do not want to use this link. You want to redirect to that link. Okay? Stan, yes, you need to register in the old system. I'm sorry, you need to register in the new system. If you had registered in the old system, you still need to register in the new system. Okay? And that is that. You might have received an email from us. If you had referrals already, you might have received an email from us with that we already imported your referrals over, and you would have to check that. So just look for an email with, this is the subject line of the email that we send you. Okay, welcome to our referral program. I put that in the chat, so you should see that. Welcome to our referral program. That's the subject line of the email. Wendy says, what did you click on to add your ID into? So all I did was type it right in here. This is nams.ws/aftools. That's the link. Oh, I thought I put that in there, but I didn't. It's the same link that we had before for getting your affiliate link, or your affiliate tools. So it's nams.ws/aftools. Right there. Brings you to this page. You used to have to log in to get this information. Now you don't have to log in. You just have to come down to the bottom and input your information here, where it says your main Infusionsoft affiliate ID. Input your affiliate ID, which is more than likely your user ID. You click Set ID. And when you click Set ID, it's going to change all of the links that are in these tools down here. So in this email, then, it clicks and changes this ID right here. Okay? All right, so you've got a lot of tools there to choose from, even tweets. Okay, we'll be adding a lot more as well. All right, so I hope that helps, Wendy. And I think we're done for today. If you have any other questions, pop them in here. If not, we've got some marching orders for next week that we're going to talk about. Okay, so we will catch you up and also catch up ourselves and talk more next week. I'm headed out of town on tomorrow early, and we'll be gone until at least Tuesday evening, maybe longer, going to the beach. So we'll talk to you soon. We will have our Monday night. If you're in the academy, we're having our Monday night stuff on in the academy, and we are going to have our Wednesday afternoon weekly live training. So we'll talk to you then. Take care. Bye-bye.